Good evening everyone. If you don't know, you should know. My name is Rameez Khan and I am a filmmaker and a film critic, and today's film is 2007's Best Picture winner, No Country for Old Men.
Call it.
No Country for Old Men is a film directed by the Coen brothers. It was released in 2007. It's literally a decade old. It also won the Oscar for Best Picture in 2007. Apparently that's how long a decade is, 10 years. But in those 10 years, if No Country for Old Men was released in 2008, 2009, 2010, and so on, I still feel like it could have won the Oscar for Best Picture in every single one of those years. It's that good of a film. It's a Western which investigates and explores the emptiness of Western. The film takes place in the 70s, if I'm not mistaken, and not only is this just a Western, it's also a coming-of-age movie in a weird way. The film begins and ends with a character who's least involved in the storyline and the film, Tommy Lee Jones as Sheriff Bell. In the beginning, he's sort of this omnipresent narrator who's telling us about the old times, and in the end, he's telling us about a dream he had. That dream subject about how the old times are over. This catharsis only works because the main cast, that being Josh Brolin playing Llewellyn Moss and Javier Bardem playing Anton Chigurh, are involved in a cat and mouse game. Javier Bardem is a hitman sent to recover money that has somehow fallen into the lap of Llewellyn Moss. But this is a Coen brothers film. Nothing is as it seems. Nothing is really surface level. You have to look beneath the surface to find meaning in a Coen brothers movie. Even films such as The Big Lebowski, they take on such a bigger meaning when you get to the end of that film. Their work might feel esoteric, but whenever you're confused with a film and its complications, you just gotta remember this, that something represents something else in a movie. And this applies not to just Coen brothers movies, but almost all movies. Everything and everyone represents something in No Country for Old Men, and to me, that something is unpredictability. Chigurh is the unpredictability of people, Moss the unpredictability of life, and Sheriff Bell the unpredictability of time. Coen brothers films usually also always have a character or a thing representing God, as we saw Sam Shepard in the ending of The Big Lebowski. I couldn't necessarily pinpoint what that thing was or who that thing was that was supposed to represent God, as I didn't find any, but if you think about it, it was the passage of time that was acting as God, in my opinion. Because everyone gets their comeuppance in a very eerie way. There are questions that are raised but never answered as the film ends in a cut to black. But again, this is a Coen brothers film, so even a cut to black has meaning. That cut to black at the ending of the film was the comeuppance and the arc completion of Sheriff Bell. The cinematography of the film is top notch, and I believe we've come to expect it from Roger Deakins. The guy's been working since the 70s. And whenever the name Roger Deakins is uttered, I automatically assign the word excellent next to it. No Country for Old Men's visuals are that excellent. His visual work, with a combination of the absence of music, absolutely makes the desolate, dark, and empty mood of the film. One such sequence of brilliance is when Josh Brolin is anticipating the lurking danger of Anton Chigurh, and he's sitting in an empty hotel room with only one lamp. It's so well lit, man. The darkness and the utilization of shadows underneath the door frame sell the danger of Anton Chigurh. Another great sequence is a sequence which is used as somewhat of a character mirror. When Sheriff Bell sits down in the exact same position as Anton Chigurh was when he was drinking milk. The haze and the reflection in the TV make for an incredible nexus and contrast between protagonist and antagonist. Sheriff Bell was the only guy who sort of understood Anton Chigurh in the film, and that pair of shots sells that narrative forward. A very legitimate case could be made that the decade-old No Country for Old Men should and could win Best Picture every year from 2007 onwards. It's a film that I feel rather than I watch, from its subtle acting and dialogue to its brilliant cinematography and equally brilliant ending. No Country for Old Men is a film that will put you in fear and leave you in awe at the same time. 5 out of 5 for No Country for Old Men. This is one of my favorite movies of all time. I just randomly happened to want to watch it a couple of weeks ago, and I did. I watched it, I worked on this review, and I hope you enjoyed this review, people. If you did enjoy this video, please hit that subscribe button, but until next time, remember to love it.